Hello and welcome back to B for Education. Today we're going to be looking at how we can maximize learning in the classroom. One area that we're going to be looking at is learning outcomes. Learning outcomes need to focus on the learning that will take place within the classroom, including the skills and the knowledge that will be gained. This includes higher order skills. We need to make sure that learning outcomes do not just focus on the activities that will take place, but will also focus on what will be gained by the end of the lesson, what students will actually gain by the end of the lesson. You should categorize your learning outcomes in 3 areas, which support differentiation. Outcomes for everyone, outcomes for most, and outcomes for some. Learning outcomes are not just reserved for the beginning of the lesson. Learning outcomes can be revisited throughout the lesson. The next area that we need to help our students with is with attitudes towards learning. So teachers need to make sure that they tell the students the importance of having good attendance, punctuality, correct uniform, and preparedness for learning, which includes having the right equipment for lessons. But also importantly, teachers need to model these good attitudes. That means being prepared for the lesson right from the beginning as students enter the class, because if you're prepared to teach, they should be prepared to learn. The next area we're going to look at is encouraging learners to show more engagement in the classroom. This is something that we need to teach them and a skill that we need to help them to build, because asking questions may be hard for some students because they're scared of asking the wrong questions. But encouraging a classroom where students ask more questions, ask each other more questions, and ask the teachers more questions is very important. So for example, if Jack makes a comment, you could say, Emma, could you add more to that? Or do you have any questions for Jack about what he's just said? Do you all agree with that? These kind of questions are very, very important in encouraging more engagement in learning. So that's all about theory lessons. But what if you teach practical lessons? Practical lessons should also include extension activities. Extension activities are so important during practical lessons because some learners will finish a lot quicker than other learners, and this may leave them time to get distracted or even distract others. So it's really important to have this extension task that they can build on and possibly help others to also learn these skills as well. So it's really important that we give them this extension task. But secondly, think about putting timings on the activities we give students for practical lessons or practical tasks. So this will help them later on when they go in employment and they need to do things within an allotted time. Last but not least is how we end our lessons. The way we end our lessons are very important and should be planned for just as we plan the beginning of the lesson. We should make sure we have sufficient time to end the lesson to recap what has just been taught. And this allows you to check understanding and learning that has taken place, and also supports the students to take something away from the lesson right at the very end. If they don't remember anything that's happened during the lesson, the recap can help to bring that all to mind as they leave. And also what other people have learned in the class, that can also help with their understanding as well. And this should also be followed up by homework, which also helps them to reflect on what they've learned inside the classroom. Thank you for watching this video on maximizing learning. Please like and subscribe and share, and watch more videos like this on teaching and learning.